Hi students, I hope you are doing well. Okay. Today we are going to discuss a topic from triangles and this is basic proportionality theorem. And this theorem is very important as well as we have some more theorems like this, more than 3 or 4. So all these are very important which will be, asked for 4 or 5 marks for your exam and yeah, this has more weightage in your exams. Sometimes they will ask just state basic proportionality theorem. If you write this statement, you will be given 1 mark, 1 or 2 marks based on the. Sometimes they'll ask for 2 marks also. Usually they'll ask for 1 mark. So state and prove basic proportionality. State basic proportionality theorem in the sense you have to write only the statement. State and prove in the sense it will be for 4 or 5 marks. Sometimes there is a new, like from last year they started giving, theorem for 5 marks also. So you may expect for 5 marks. Okay. Yeah. This before going to this proof of this theorem, you have to know some basic, basic properties of the areas of triangles. What are the, different what are things we are going to do in this theorem means basically what property of areas of triangles we are going to apply. Let me explain you the first. Let me explain you that. Then we will go to the concept. First one, yeah. How do you find the area of a triangle? Imagine that the triangle ABC. How do you find area of triangle ABC? Okay, as we know, area of triangle is half into base into height. Let me write AN as a perpendicular. So half into base into height, which will give you half into BC into AN. Correct? So what I did to find the area of triangle ABC, for the BC base, I drawn one perpendicular AN. So according to the formula, it is half into BC into AN. Correct? Similarly, if I draw a base perpendicular to the base, okay, let it be taken as BO. So what will be the area now? Here I am taking AC as the base, okay, and BO. This you take it as BO as the perpendicular. So this is how we can find the area, or you draw one more perpendicular like this and you take it as P. So even you can find the area by taking AB as the base and CP will be the perpendicular. See, area of, sorry, 1 second, it should be coinciding. Okay, we cannot draw like this here. All the three should coincide at one particular point. Yeah, here if you consider BC as the base, you will be having AN as a perpendicular, correct? If I consider AB as the base, CP will be the perpendicular. If I consider AC as the base, BO will be the perpendicular. Remember, whenever you are finding the area of triangle, you are writing the base and the perpendicular on the base will be taken as a height or altitude or perpendicular, whatever. So remember, you cannot take for AC base BN as perpendicular. Similarly, for AB base BN as perpendicular. See, you have to consider the perpendicular on that base itself. Okay, if I take BC, I should take AN as perpendicular. If I take AC, I should take BO as perpendicular. If I take AB, I should take CP as perpendicular. Okay, and now, for example, let me consider an obtuse angled triangle like this. Imagine is A, B, C. For this, I have to consider BC as the base. Do you have any perpendicular for BC? Can we draw any perpendicular for BC? Always perpendicular should be drawn from the opposite vertex. Correct? Means opposite vertex of the base. What is the opposite vertex of BC? A. I should draw the perpendiculars from A. Can I draw like this? If I draw like this will not make 90 degrees. So that cannot be considered as a perpendicular. So I should extend BC Okay, I extended BC, this BC side I extended, and I drawn a perpendicular on BC line, which is extended line. I'll take it as CAN. Okay, so what I did, BC is the line here, base I'm considering. So anyway, I cannot draw the perpendicular on BC. Okay, because if you draw a perpendicular, it is not 90 degree. Always you should understand perpendicular means which will make a 90 degree, which will make 90 degree. So obviously it is not making 90 degree. So what I am doing, I am just extending the line BC and drawing a perpendicular, and it intersects at particular, I just taken as the like point as AN. So I will consider AN as perpendicular. So my area will become half into BC into AN for this triangle, correct? So what I did, actually we cannot draw a perpendicular from A. So that's the reason what I did, I extended the line BC, a line segment side BC, and I drawn a perpendicular which is considered as AN. So I taken AN as the perpendicular for BC. So I taken the triangle on the area of the triangle. So this is one more important thing you have to remember. Okay, and one more property is there. Okay, that is, if you consider two parallel lines, let me consider two parallel lines. Okay, in these two parallel lines, okay, let me consider this as A and this as B. Okay, so I just draw one triangle, okay, ABC. Okay, and also I am drawing one more triangle ADB or ABD. So here these two triangles are between two parallel lines. These two triangles, what are the triangles formed here? Triangle ABC and triangle BDC. Correct? Sorry, triangle ABC is one triangle, another is ABD. Correct? ABD, ABC. These two triangles are having same base. You can observe here. AB, AB. So they are lying on the same base, and also they lie between. These two triangles are in between two parallel lines. Always remember, any two triangles lying between, okay, two parallel lines and having the same base, then the area of those triangles are equal. It means area of triangle ABC is equal to area of triangle ABD. Correct? So what I am trying to say, in any two triangles are lying between two parallel lines having the same base, those triangles area or the area of those kind of triangles are always equal. It means here if you consider, for example, ABC is one triangle, ABD is the another triangle, both are the triangles having same base. First point. Next point is these two triangles lie between two parallel lines. So if these two conditions are satisfied, we can write area of triangle ABC is equal to area of triangle ABD. Okay, you can ask me, why can't we take CD as base? Yes, you can also take CD as base. It means take it as CD, two different points here, and I just take B here. I draw one triangle like this, and I will consider A here. See, CD as a base, remember. CD as the base. Okay, what are the triangles formed here? One triangle is triangle ACD and another triangle is triangle BCD. Like triangle ACD and triangle BCD. Both of them having same base. So in this case also we can say area of triangle ACD is equal to area of triangle BCD. Remember, you can take AB as a base. Either AB is also fine or CD, but it should have only one base. Common base should have between both the triangles, and they should be between two parallel lines. And you can draw infinite number of triangles between two parallel lines with the same base. See, you can take like this. You can take this as E, and you can draw like this, and you can take this as you can draw infinite number of triangles. Remember, any number of triangles you draw, okay, the number of triangles you can draw between two parallel lines are infinite. Any number of triangles you can draw which are having same base, okay, their area should be equal. That is the property you should remember. It means what? Finally, we are concluding that the area between two triangles, okay, between two parallel lines having same base are equal. For example, in this case, if you consider, I am considering AB and CD are, these are two parallel lines, and what are the triangles formed? ABC is one triangle and ADB is another triangle. So these two triangles, if you consider, these two triangles are having same base, correct? What is that base? AB. And also they are between two parallel lines. So their area should be equal. Why I am saying you this before? Because this and this one, whichever before I discussed, these two properties are very important to prove the theorem. Okay? I hope you understood. Next, we will go to the theorem statement. What is the statement? If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. It means, for example, let me go with a triangle ABC. I considered a triangle ABC. In that triangle, see, they said I'm drawing one line parallel to one side. I drawn one line parallel to the side BC. So if I draw, it is intersecting the other two sides at two distinct points. Distinct in the sense different. If I draw one line BC parallelly, one line I drawn, and that line is intersecting AB at the point D and AC at the point E. And what we have to prove, and they divided in the same ratio, other two sides. Means for BC you drawn a parallel line. So what are the other two sides of the triangle? AB and AC. This will be divided in the same ratio. It means AD by DB should be equal to AE by EC. We have to prove it. Okay? What exactly they are saying? If you draw a line parallel to one side of a triangle, so I am drawing a line parallel to this side BC of a triangle. If I draw like that, this line intersects the other two sides of triangle in two distinct points. What are those? D and E. Okay, and this line will divide these two sides in the same ratio. It means AD by DB should be equal to AE by EC. That we have to prove. Okay. So what is given? It is given in triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC. Correct? This they only given. What we have to prove? As I said, AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. You have to prove. Constructions we are constructing. We just joined BE. Okay, I just joined BE and CD, and also I drawn a perpendicular DM on AE and EN on AD. So this is the AB. EN is perpendicular to AB and DM is perpendicular to AC. That we already constructed. So we have to prove. So let me do the proof. So what is the proof? Here now let us consider, okay, area of triangle ADE. What is the area of triangle ADE? As we know, area of triangle is half into base into height. Correct? This is the formula. Half into base into height. So half into what is base? Base for ADE. See, I can write area of triangle here. If you observe, in this side, two triangles are there. The other side, two triangles are there. Let me take two triangles which are this side. What are those? One is DBE, another one is ADE. Correct? If you consider this side, you consider BD is one triangle, okay, and another side is ADE. Okay, this side two triangles are ADE and BDE. So let me write the triangle ADE area. Half into in this side. This side, if you consider what is the base of ADE, AD is the base. Correct? You can see here. AD is the base. What is the perpendicular? EN is the perpendicular. Okay? Got it? So now, similarly, area of triangle BDE. What is area of triangle BDE here? In the area of triangle BDE, remember, here if you look at it, BDE is the triangle, correct? So, here perpendicular we don't have. D is the side, it is not a perpendicular. Remember, you might don't get confused. ED is a perpendicular. Why can't you take ED? We cannot take ED. ED is one side. It is not perpendicular. So, which is the perpendicular for BD? See, BD is extended to N. Just now we discussed one obtuse angle triangle. BD's perpendicular is not there. So what we did, we just extended BD to N. So already we have here extension. So BD, for the side BD, EN I can take as perpendicular. Okay? Because if you don't have perpendicular, if not able to write, you extend. So already it is extended D to N and EN is taken as perpendicular. So area of triangle BD will be half into base. Base is BD itself, correct? And what is the perpendicular for the base BD, which is EN? Okay? And remember, ED you cannot take as perpendicular. ED is a side of the triangle. Side cannot be taken as a perpendicular. For any triangle, for example, if you consider this as a triangle BDE, okay, correct? So we cannot consider ED as perpendicular. ED is base. Sorry, ED is one of the side. So we cannot consider ED as the perpendicular. Remember, BD we extended and EN we can take perpendicular. So that is only the theorem, the property explained before. If not able to draw the perpendicular, you can extend BD to N and EN you consider as perpendicular. So for the base BD, EN is perpendicular. So that's the reason half into BD into EN. This you take it as equation 1, this you take it as equation 2. Next, the same way, I will consider this side. This side is over, this side you say. AD is again there. Here one more triangle we have, which is DEC. So I will write, okay, I can write here. No. Better I'll write here itself. Area of triangle, what is that? ADE, correct? So area of triangle ADE I'll find. What is area of triangle ADE? Area of triangle ADE, see, if you consider this side, AD will be the base, correct? If you consider this side, AD will be the base. If you consider this side, right hand side, AE will be the base. So half into base into height. So half into, what is base here? AE. For AE base, what is the perpendicular? DM will be the perpendicular, correct? This you take it as equation 3. Okay. Similarly, what is the area of the another triangle we have there? Area of triangle DEC. What is the triangle here? DEC. Okay. This triangle. Obviously, DE is the side. DE cannot be taken as perpendicular. So you extend. Correct? So extend E to M and DM is the perpendicular for triangle, sorry, base EC. So area of triangle DEC is half into EC into DM. Correct? Understood? So as I said, again repeating, DEC is one triangle here. Okay? To find the area of triangle, we need perpendicular. So I am considering EC as the base. So what I did, I extended E to M and I taken one perpendicular for D from D, which is DM. So DM will be the perpendicular for the base EC, so which is half EC into DM. Okay. So here divide 1 and 2. Divide 1 and 2. If you divide, what happens? Area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle BDE. So just you look at this, half will get cancelled. Okay, then write one more step, half into AD into EN divided by half into BD into EN. Correct? In this, EN, half will get cancelled. You will be left with AD by DB. This you take it as equation 5. Okay, here also same way you divide 3 and 4, equation 3 and 4, you will get area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle DEC, which is half into AE into DM divided by half into EC into DM. So DM, half will get cancelled. You will get AE by EC. This you take it as equation number 6. Okay. So we got 5 and 6. Now, and second one also I discussed before discussing this theorem. What is that? Area between the area of triangles between two parallel lines are equal. Here if you consider DE is parallel to BC, which we already know. So what are the two triangles present in between DE and BC? So it means, can I write area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle DEC? Because since the areas of triangles, between two parallel lines and with common base are equal. Correct? So areas between two parallel lines and between common base are equal. So remember this. Okay. So we cannot forget this. This is very important. Okay. So area between two, what are the triangles here? Area of triangle BDE and area of triangle DEC. These two triangles, area is between two parallel lines. So since the areas of two triangles are triangles between two parallel lines and with same common base are equal. So remember, DE is the common base for both, correct? And these are between two parallel lines. So we can say that this areas is same. So now you understood that clearly. Here, can we write in the place of DEC? Okay, you can write as BDE, or in the place of DEC, you can write BDE also. Got it? So this you have to understand. Okay. So now I just remove this so that we have to equate. So from equation 3 you observe, equation 5 you see, area of ADE by area of BDE is there and area of ADE by area of DEC is there. So if I consider any one equation, I can replace area of triangle DEC with BDE because both are same here. So what happens? Area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle BDE is same as area of triangle ADE divided by, in the place of DEC, I can write area of triangle BDE only because they are same. You replace second, equation number 6. In equation 6, you replace area of triangle DEC with BDE because both are same. So if in this case you see, from, you can write here, from 6 and 7, correct? Sorry, from 5 and 6. From 5 and 6, LHS is same. Because DEC we replaced with BDE because they are equal according to the property. So DEC is replaced with BDE. So area of both the sides you got the same. Area of triangle ADE by BDE is equal here. So if LHS is same, obviously we can equate RHS. So AD by DB is equal to AE by EC, hence proved. That's all. You have to stop here. You can write hence proved. Okay, this is a proof of your theorem. Okay, I hope you understood. I'll just repeat once again. Yeah. What is the statement given? If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct point, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That is the right statement. It means, let me consider a triangle ABC. I drawn one line parallel to BC so that this line will divide the other two sides of triangle. What are the other two sides? AB and BC, okay, in the same ratio. It means we have to prove that AD by DB should be equal to AE by EC. That is only the proof. And given in triangle ABC, they only given D is parallel to BC. So now, proof what we are doing, proof we are considering area of triangle ADE as, in construction we did what we did, DM we constructed which is perpendicular to AC, and EN we constructed which is perpendicular to AB, correct? So what we are doing proof, we are writing the area of triangle ADE, and look at this. If you consider AB, this side we have two triangles. What are those? BDE and ADE. So what is the area of triangle ADE? Half into base into height. So for triangle ADE, this side, if you consider AD as the base, what is the perpendicular? EN. So half into AD into EN. What is another triangle we have? BDE. If you consider the area of triangle BDE, here BD is the base, and here for BD, what is the perpendicular? Perpendicular is EN, because the BD is extended to N and EN I taken as perpendicular for BD. And I cannot take ED as perpendicular because ED is a side. It is not the perpendicular of the triangle BDE. So many students will get confused. So why can't we take ED as the base? Perpendicular. ED cannot be taken as a perpendicular. That is one of the side of the triangle. So side of the triangle, how can you take it as a perpendicular? So perpendicular you have to draw from the vertex. Correct? So that's the reason BD extended to N and EN I am taking as a perpendicular for the side BD. We are taking base as BD, so EN will be the perpendicular. So what will be the area? Area of triangle BDE will be half into BD, means base. For this base, EN is a perpendicular. So half into BD into EN. Similarly, this side you take. AD is the one triangle, okay, and DEC is the another triangle. So what is the area of triangle ADE? Half into, here I am taking AE as the base. If I take AE as the base, which is a perpendicular, DM will be the perpendicular. So half AE into DM will be the area of triangle ADE. So what will be the triangle area? Another triangle we have DEC. Same way, whatever we did for the area of triangle BDE, same way, if I consider DEC as a triangle, okay, and I cannot consider ED as the base. Remember, ED cannot be considered as perpendicular. We are considering EC as the base, so ED will not be perpendicular. ED is a side. So I am drawing, I extended CE to M, and DM I am taking as perpendicular. For the side, for the base EC, DM is perpendicular. So what is the area of DEC? Half into EC for this base. This is the perpendicular, which is DM. Remember again, ED cannot be taken as a perpendicular. That is the side of the triangle DEC. Okay, fine. So divide 1 by 2. Divide 1 and 2. If you divide 1 and 2, area of triangle AD by B, half will get cancelled, EN will get cancelled, you will get AD by DB. That you take as equation number 5. Next, divide 3 and 4, area of triangle AD by area of triangle DEC, half will get cancelled. Okay, DM will get cancelled, you will get AE by EC. And also we know one more property which we discussed before starting this theorem. Area of triangle BDE can be equal to area of triangle DEC. Why? Because this triangle BDE and DEC are between two parallel lines and also are located on the same base, which is D. You can look at here, DE, BDE and CDE both are having same base DE, and these two are between DE and BC. Correct? Between two parallel lines. So those areas are equal. Since those areas are equal, and you have to specify that, don't directly write it and leave. You have to write the statement. Okay, then only it will be completed. Fine. So after writing it, so both the here we came to know that, or we concluded that area of BDE is equal to area of DEC. It means, see in the equation 5, here we have BDE. In the equation 6, we have denominator as DEC. Here we have denominator BDE, their denominator DEC. So area of BDE can be replaced with DEC, or area of DEC can be replaced with BDE. So what I'll do in the equation 6, I'll replace area of triangle DEC with BDE. If I replace, what happens? This equation LHS and equation number 6 LHS. Equation number 5 LHS and equation number 6 LHS becomes same. Correct? It becomes like this. Area of triangle BD, AD is equal to area of triangle divided by area of triangle BD is equal to, because DEC can be written as BDE, so it will become area of triangle BD. So in LHS is same. Whenever if two equations LHS are same, then we can equate RHS. So equate RHS. AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. That is only we have to prove. Hence proved. Okay. I hope you understood this and keep this in mind. This theorem is very, very important. Okay, for your examination purpose. Thank you. Thanks for your support. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Support us. Take care.